Good day everyone, I am Carbonel Marlon from Bachelor of Science in Criminology, Section Bravo. And today, I'm going to discuss the given discussion, which is Introduction to Criminal Justice System, the Police Law, and the 5 Pillars. Our first topic is Introduction to Criminal Justice System. Criminal law and criminal justice system. The criminal justice system essentially is the system of process in the community which crime are investigated. And the persons suspected thereof are taken into custody, prosecuted in court and punished if found guilty, provision being made for their correction and rehabilitation. Prior to the advent of American sovereignty in the country, we had the Spanish law of criminal procedure. The Royal Decree of September 4, 1884, by virtue of which the penal code in force in the archipelago, as amended in accordance with the recommendation of the Code Committee. Second, early codes of law. The Code of Hammurabi was one of the earliest and most complete written legal codes and was proclaimed by the Babylonian king Hammurabi, who reigned for 1792 to 1750 BC. Hammurabi expanded the city-state of Babylon along the Euphrates River to unite all southern Mesopotamia. The concept of justice and justice model. Justice is a concept of moral rightness, based ethics, rationality, law, natural law, religion, equity, and fairness, as well as the administration of law, taking into account the inalienable and inborn rights of all human beings and citizens, the right of all people and individual to equal protection before the law. During the American occupation, General Otis issued General Orders Number 58 on April 23, 1990, which was amended at various times. Some of the amendments were Act Number 194, providing for preliminary investigation, Act Number 440, relating to councils, Act Number 590, providing for preliminary investigation, justice of the peace of provincial capitals, Act Number 2677, prescribing the procedures of appeals of cases originating in the justice of peace courts trial. So, before to proceed to giving 5 pillars, there are 5 pillars in criminal justice system. We have the law enforcement, prosecution, court, and correction. Correction in the community working for peace and order in partnership with the other pillars, and into integrate plan of action to combat crimes and promote justice. Five pillars represent as a tool to maintain peace and order, prevent and control crimes, and to give justice to everyone. Our first pillar is the law enforcement pillar. It consists mainly of the officers and men of the Philippine National Police or PNP, the National Bureau of Investigation or NBI, and other law enforcement. Their works consist into prevention, control crimes. The NBI is an agency of the DOJ. It serves as an main artery through which programs and service instituted by the department and delivered to the people. The territorial jurisdiction of the NBI or National Bureau of Investigation is national scope and extend to all cities and province to our country. The only limitation exceptions are provided or may be provided by pertinent laws and policies. It various specialized unit deals, among other matters, with international crime. So we have here evolution of policing system. The Philippine National Police or NBI originated from the constabulary or the PC, which was inaugurated on August 8, 1901, establishing it is an insular police force under the American reign on August 8, 1975. Arrest and its legal requisite. Arrest in using legal authority to deprive as a person of his or her freedom of movement. An arrest is generally made with an arrest warrant. There are four requisites of a valid warrant. First, it must be issued upon probable cause. Second, probable cause must be determined personally by the judge. And the third, such judge must examine under oath of affirmation the complainant and the witness he may reduce, and the warrant must particularly describe. The second pillar. Our second pillar is the prosecution arm of the government. It is mandated to uphold the rule of law. The National Prosecution Service is made up of the regional, provincial, and city prosecutors and state prosecutors. The mission is to maintain peace and order in the community through the delivery of prompt prosecutorial services. There are two preparatory stages in criminal action. First, first stage pertains to police activities. The initial investigation of crime reported to or discovered by a police authorities. The second preparatory stage is the preliminary investigation. It is the stage at which the prosecutor evaluates the finding of the police to determine if prosecution of the suspect in court is warranted. A preliminary investigation is an important substantive rights of persons accused of crime. Deprivation of which is tantamount to a denial of due process. It is designed to guard against hasty and malicious prosecutions. The preliminary investigation may be conducted by the prosecutor, as such other officers, as may be authorized by the law of judges of municipal, as may be authorized by the trial court or municipal circuit trial court under the section of 2 Rule 112. Demand a preliminary investigation as a matter of right. The prosecutor determine ex parte if the suspect has probably committed the offense charge. Then files the information in court for trial and investigation. They says that prosecutors in whatever land or clime holds a very important and powerful office in the CGS. He is the decision whether the prosecute our case or not. He decided not to prosecute if he feels that the evidence is insufficient to gain a conviction. It is he affected who determines which case will ever reach the court for adjudication, and who can determine the processing of anywhere in the system. But powerful as the prosecutor may be seen to be in the Philippines as well as any other country, yet cannot successfully prosecute cases alone or render justice to anyone without cooperation and collaboration of the other competents or components of the criminal justice system. Historical background of local court system. The Supreme Court of the Philippines is the progeny of the tribunal established Act number 136 of the Philippines, commissioned of June 11, 1901. There is no umbilical cord joining the Supreme Court to the real Audiencia de Manila, set up by the Spaniard, or the Audiencia Territorial de Manila, constituted by the Major Elwell Otis. Arraignment in plea. The form appearance of an accused person to hear and to receive a copy of the charge against him or her in the presence of a judge, and to them enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. Pre-trial and trial proper. Investigation is being conducted in this stage. Trial after the investigation, if the person found guilty, the case goes to the magistrate for trial. Post-trial, if the person is unhappy with the trial court's judgment, they have the right to appeal in the higher court. And our second pillar, enforcement agent neither will be able to establish his case in court in absence of fear. Competent and independent minded judge, nor would his work in that of the judge and in the conviction of the felon. For without the dedication to duty or prison, custodial officers, and the rehabilitating assistance rendered by the community. The third pillar of CGS is the court pillar. It is the same forum where the prosecution is given the opportunity to prove that there is a strong evidence of guilt against the accused. This constitutional presumption is the innocence of any persons accused of crime unless proven otherwise. So, sa ating third pillar, which is the court pillar, so dito na, nagkaharap-harap na yung biktima, ang suspect, at saka dala ang kanilang mga evidence at ang mga witness. So, kumbaga ito ang final judgment nila. Fourth pillar. The fourth pillar is the correction pillar. It takes over once the accused, after having been found guilty, is meted out the penalty for the crime committed. This punishment may be in the form of solution of the convict by imprisonment for the period laid down the court. The Bureau of Correction, Board of Pardons and Parole are the Parole and Probation Administration, agency also of the DOJ, are part of the correction pillar. The principal task of the Bureau of Correction is the rehabilitation of prisoners. The Board of Pardons and Parole recommends to the President to prisoners who are qualified for parole, pardon, or some other executive elements. There are other agencies changed with the administration and supervision of prisoners and detainees. There are the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, which supervise city municipal jails, which are under the Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG. The community at large is expected to formulate moral and ethical values, develop the environment for the development of civic separated citizens to report crime, to assess them to the conduct of investigation. According to the Philippine Survey and Research Council, or PSRC, while television is mainly seen as our entertainment medium, it is growing as a medium of information on current event. History and experience showed that the key to success of any criminal justice system is public participation. Thus, the Philippines has decided to add the community pillar to its own concept of the criminal justice system. The fifth pillar is the community involvement in criminal justice administration. The seminar enabled faculty member of the United Nations Asia and Far East Institute and various criminal justice officials from every sector of the criminal justice system in the Philippines collect and exchange information and experience of the involvement of the community in the criminal justice administration. The community is viewed to be an integral part of the criminal justice in the Philippines and has been recognized in that it is the fifth pillar of the criminal justice system. The others are the police prosecution, courts, and correction. The seminar concluded with the adoption of final recommendations that will not only enhance the Philippines criminal justice system, but also contribute to the needs of international community in the field of community involvement in criminal justice.